Issues of life, healthy cooking for healthy living is at it again. And today we are looking at high blood pressure. We all know that high blood pressure is a silent killer. And 1,001 people are walking freely, healthily, and perfectly without knowing that they have high blood pressure. Before you say Jack, they are gone. Today, we have Mrs. Cecelia Ankrah from the Dietician Hospital. She is a dietitian to throw more light on high blood pressure and its dieting. Diamond Agbeke is my name, and this program is brought to you by Jimbo, your vitamin A fortification cube that gives you a healthy and tasty meal. At the same time, giving you smooth skin, good eyesight, and strengthen your immune system. Strong bones as well, and the teeth. Buy or use Jumbo Cube. They have shrimp tablet and the chicken tablet. Let's take some messages from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Diamond Agbeke is my name. Welcome back from the break on Issues of Life, Healthy Cooking for Healthy Living. Mrs. Ankrah, the other time it was wonderful.
Thank you.
And welcome to another episode of Healthy Cooking for Healthy Living. And today we are talking about a good dieting for somebody who is hypertensive, right? Okay. So what are you cooking for us for such a person?
Before I take you through the ingredients, the first procedure is to wash my hands and then clean it.
And I must wash it as well because I'm going to help you.
We have chicken. You know that the skin has been removed or peeled off. Okay. Because you don't want to take it with the skin off.
Right.
Because of the fat content.
Okay.
And then we have tomatoes and pepper here.
And
ginger combined.
Blended together.
And then we have garlic and onions here, which we're going to use as a seasoning for the chicken. And it's going to be very, very tasty. We have salt here to taste. Salt, not too much. As a hypertensive, you are not supposed to take a lot of salt. Okay. But it doesn't mean you should take salt completely out of your diet. And then we have regular onions, shallots, pepper. You can notice that it's green and red. Pakweshito. And then we have our tomatoes, which is very important in our diet. We have jumbo cube here that we have used in seasoning the chicken, preparing it ready to grill it. Not frying it. We are going to grill it.
Okay.
So that you cut off a lot of fat. Okay. Because definitely there's a little fat in the chicken. You need a little fat for the body as well. And then the bangkun is a combination of corn dough and then cassava dough mixed together, which we are going to use in preparing bangkun. And how are we going to take the bangkun and the chicken? We are going to prepare a freshly ground pepper. And then after finishing the bangkun, the grilled chicken, and the fresh pepper, the freshly ground pepper will be taken as a complete meal. So you notice that all the nutrients will be there. After finishing in 30 minutes time, then you pick one of the fruits and top it with it.
You pick out of this either the pineapple, pawpaw, orange, banana, or watermelon.
We have a lot of variety on the table that you have to pick from.
Okay.
The first step is going to be the chicken. We have to start the chicken and put it in the oven so that it starts grilling. So I'm going to use a little bit of all the seasonings on the table that I've gone through already.
Okay. I think you can use all. This is garlic and
onions. Will give it a good taste. Then the tomato paste, pepper, and ginger combined. Okay. So it doesn't mean you can't season your food. You can season your food to taste. And most people are afraid of seasoning. I'm a hypertensive, so I'm not supposed to take this and that. We'll go through the do's and don'ts later on.
Okay.
It looks very unusual.
Yes.
Mostly we use fish.
Yes.
But you can try various tastes, various food items.
And I know Ghanaians, a lot of Ghanaians like chicken. So they're going to try it. If it's not tilapia, it must be chicken. So what about
we'll add a little soy sauce to it.
Just for another
flavor.
Or taste. Okay, man, this is going to taste good.
Yeah, I'm mostly concerned about the taste because if the food is not tasty, you'll be sitting there, you won't enjoy your food. So it should be tasty. We are coating the pan with a little oil before we lay the chicken on the grill pan.
And we are doing that with gorgeous olive oil. Wow. I think it's good. This oil smells good. It's gorgeous olive oil.
So start whetting your appetite.
Great.
Okay, the next step is going to be the grounding of the freshly pepper and tomatoes. While Diamond is helping me out, I'll start the preparation of banku, so that because of lack of time, so that we'll finish early, so that your appetite won't be too wet.
Okay.
So I've started preparing the banku.
I think it's okay.
So I hope you are not too hungry out there. It will be ready within some few minutes.
Okay. So here I am with the grinding of the pepper. Okay. So that is done with paposhito and the shallots. Okay. All right. Okay. Is this okay?
Yeah. It is.
Okay. All right. Some salts to taste. Okay. So that's how we do it. Some people prefer combining the pepper, the onions, and the tomato together. But sometimes, because of the pepper seed, it's advisable you grind the pepper first before. Yeah, later. Sometimes you can even chop it inside. Men can equally do this on their own. And they always do it. Boys, boys, guys, guys, men, men. Hey, men, action. Tomatoes helps prevent prostate cancer.
We all know that we have a lot of tribes in Ghana. Some people end up adding salt to the banku. If you decide to add salt to the banku, you can do that. But the freshly ground pepper, you don't add salt. So that you cut the salt intake down from the diet.
Decide not to add the salt to the banku instead, and then add it to the pepper, because I think that will taste better.
Most people like salt in their banku, especially the Gans.
Okay. I personally don't like salt in banku.
I think the banku is almost ready.
Still on the issues of life, healthy cooking for healthy living, looking at hypertension and its-related dieting with Mrs. Cecelia Ankrah from the Dietherapy Department of the Kolabo Teaching Hospital. In a jiffy, our healthy banku with grilled chicken and pepper will soon be ready. And as your honorable tasting officer, the minister of tasting, I'm going to taste it and tell you it is good. Let's go for some commercials. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
My name is Nana Kwendajima Rawlings, and keep watching Issues of Life, healthy cooking for healthy living, because it's the only way to good life.
Well. The meal is ready. Mrs. Ankrah, take us through your wonderful dishes. I just like the color of your grilled chicken.
Thank you very much.
I like the color.
Thank you. We started with preparation of bangkun and grilled chicken and freshly ground pepper.
Okay.
You can tell on the table it's ready.
Yes.
To be eaten.
Yes.
And it's so palatable that it will whet your appetite.
Delicious.
Very delicious. So you can use various ways and means in preparation of your meal to make it more palatable. And not always one way. There should be variety in the daily meal. So I have the grilled chicken. Okay. You can tell well decorated or well garnished. You can tell your freshly ground pepper, well garnished with pepper and onions. And then you have your bangkun, also colorful. As soon as you see it, you are hungry to eat. Ready. Then we have the fruit juices. After you finish with your bangkun, 30 minutes bangkun and grilled cheese and pepper, you can take your blended juices. First one, we have the orange juice, and then we have watermelon juice, a pineapple juice, and then we have pawpaw and banana blended together.
Okay.
So you can tell the variety of juices that we have here. You can do it at your own home. It doesn't have to be that. Sometimes if you don't want to take the fresh fruit in a fresh form, you can blend it. You can blend the juice, you can mix the fruits and blend it, and you get all your vitamins in it.
Thank you. Now let's come back to our main topic. What is high blood pressure?
As humans, we all have what you call blood pressure. There is a normal range which starts from either 110 or 120/70. If you are 80, it's okay. But above that, when you are 140, 90 or 150, 100, you are termed as a hypertensive.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So how does one get this high blood pressure? Is it true that overweight people and those who drink lots of alcohol and smoke cigarettes here and there are prone to high blood pressure?
They are all prone to getting hypertension because you are not taking good care of yourself. And environmental, as you have mentioned, alcohol, obesity, smoking, all those things can predispose you to getting hypertension. And sometimes too, it can be hereditary.
Okay.
It's in the family. So if it is in the family, you can't run away from it.
Okay.
You end up getting the hypertension as well.
But is it curable? Is it manageable? Is it
It's
controlled?
manageable. If it is not manageable, what will happen is that sometimes you go to the medical doctors, they tell you have enlargement of the heart. Because there's a lot of pressure on the heart.
Okay.
So the heart is pumping more than it should. So as a result of that, you end up getting enlargement of the heart. So through treatment from the medical doctor plus your daily diet is going to help you out.
Well, on Issues of Life, we encourage exercising, eating of fruits and vegetables, healthy eating. Now, can somebody who is hypertensive exercise?
Yes, a hypertensive patient can exercise, but there are certain exercise. If the BP level is very high, you have to be very careful. Not that you do what we call a strenuous exercise, skipping,
Walking.
jogging, do the walking, but there is a limit.
Okay.
The limit between 10 to 15 minutes. You can do it on that base, and then after a certain time, when you start feeling fine, then you can go to 20 gradually. You have to build it up gradually.
In that case, what can we do in order to prevent it or to control it?
What we can do to manage or control it is we have to look at the level. We are doing so much. We have tight schedules. We go to work, we don't have time to eat. A whole lot of environmental factors. So change your old habits to new habits. If you're a chief executive, try to delegate some of your duties to your genius at work. We cannot do everything. You are alone. You can't do everything. You have to learn to delegate. That is one thing Ghanaians we don't know. I want to do everything. There are people for almost 5 years they haven't been on leave because they think when they go on leave there's nobody to do the work.
Yes.
All those things tends to build up, and then you become, if you are not lucky, you end up getting what we call hypertension.
Oh, spoon. You know, when we were talking, it's like I was just smiling because I think this one there
is getting to you.
You know, let's leave it like that. Anyway, so what is your advice to the general public out there before I taste the food or before we taste the food? What is your advice to them?
My advice to the whole nation or the public is that we have to eat what we call a balanced diet. Okay. A balanced diet in the sense that you cut down on your oily foods. It doesn't mean you should stop taking oil. A little oil in your food.
Should be olive oil. Or just olive oil.
And also chicken, make sure you pull the skin off. If it is going to be meat, it should be lean part of the meat. Take more fish in addition to your diet. And also make sure you stay away from Kobe, kako, salted meat or salted beef. Okay. If the fish or meat is not salted, it's fine.
Okay. But like fresh tilapia or fresh fish?
Fresh tilapia is fine. And also when you are preparing your bangkun or you are going to prepare your grilled fish or your grilled chicken,
just as we've done here,
you have to add salt to either 2 parts and leave the other part so that it can compensate for your salt intake, because a lot of salt intake can predispose you to hypertension as well, even though you don't have it, because we have what we call salt sensitivity hypertension. So that is one thing we have to watch. Hypertension is a silent killer, so we have to be very careful. So if you are told that you are hypertensive, sometimes when it is very serious, they will put you on medication, plus your diet, plus exercise. Those 3 things can build you up to come back to your normal life.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ankrah. But then, somebody who is watching us may be a hypertensive or a diabetic, and these 2 people would like to get in touch with you, help them plan their diet. How can they locate you?
You can locate me at Kolibu Teaching Hospital. I can leave my telephone number with Diamond, because if I want to give the phone number publicly, it's going to be a living hell for me.
I know a lot of people walking freely out there are hypertensive, but they are walking healthily perfectly, okay? But how can we get it checked?
It can be checked through the hospital. You can go to the hospital.
Can I just walk into any pharmacy shop and say I want to check my blood?
Or these days, the BP apparatus is around. You can buy it, and then someone will show you how to. Or when you read the instructions, you can do it at home, so that you know where you stand. Because most of us, truly, we are walking with high blood pressure. We don't know.
No, really.
And then what will happen is that one morning you just wake up. And then they say,
cooler.
That is it.
Cool.
So we have to be very careful. And also, the last thing I'll add to is that we have to watch our salt intake, our oily foods, the cakes, and also the takeaways. The takeaways are good. Once in a while, you just make sure that it's not something you'll be doing routinely. Because when you end up doing that, you are killing yourself slowly. These days, people don't cook at home. They are eating out. Please, I'm not saying eating out is wrong. You can eat out, but make sure what? You are eating what we call a very balanced diet.
And a healthy meal. Cook healthily. Eating in a good environment. Cooked under a hygienic condition. You know, well, the choice is yours to choose what food goes into your tummy for a healthy lifestyle. Well, as for this food, I am 100% sure it's cooked hygienically. And I'll eat it for good health. So, if you really want to live a healthy life, go to the market, buy simple ingredients, and get a healthy meal for your family or for yourself. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Ankrah, I could see your pepper And your chicken is garnished with lots of onions and tomatoes.
As a hypertensive, or if you are a normal person, we have to include more vegetables and fruits into our daily diet.
Thank you very much. So we have a balanced meal here.
It is good.
The pepper is good. The main issue here is the chicken. Okay? It has to go like this. Honestly, I'm enjoying this food, but then there's one thing I want to ask. I like those who are hypertensive and not to eat hot pepper. How far true is that?
They can eat hot pepper unless
Naturally, the person doesn't like hot pepper.
pepper, or when they take the pepper, they get heartburn.
Okay.
Then they can stay away from
right.
it, or they can limit the quantity that they add to their stew or soup.
Okay. Honestly, I like the taste of this chicken. I want to relax. I'm not going to eat the
Enjoy
banku.
your banku.
I want to enjoy the chicken with my orange juice. Okay? Mrs. Ankrah, thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you
I'm
very
so
much.
delighted to be invited to do this program.
Thank
Because
you.
most of our people are perishing because of lack of knowledge.
And healthy eating. Well, my good people, today has been another wonderful day. And I thank you so much for being part of this program. We thank you, our sponsors as well. Do make a date with us same time next week on Issues of Life, Healthy Cooking for Healthy Living, brought to you by
Regenerative Health and Nutrition.
First choice, your total beauty solution.
Borges Olive Oil, the very best.
Diamond Agbeke is my name. My costume is provided by the Rose Fashion Center on Medina Legon Road, precisely Firestone. On that note, viewers, we say bye-bye.
Bye, and enjoy yourself and relax.
And relax.
My daughter, my way.